All right, guys. So we're gonna be talking about a topic and a question that I get a lot, and a lot of times it's for people that are working out or previously been very active and want to get back to strength training or running, hiking, cycling, or just physical activity in general. And that question is, when is the right time? When do I know that it's okay to progress back into exercise after I've been dealing with an injury? A lot of people are worried about, am I going to be making this issue worse? Is it going to come back? And so I want to kind of address that topic today and give you my advice on what I give to all my patients. And because this is something that we see and that we deal with on a daily basis. So I want to start off by telling you kind of the wrong way to go about it. Okay. But it's also the most common way that people go about it. And that route is where I hear it all the time where people like, I haven't ran in months, or I haven't been able to work out in months. I've been on this track of resting and then trying again, resting, trying it again, and they're just not ramping up appropriately. They rest and then they try and jump right back into what they were doing before, at the same intensity and all that too. And that's the wrong way to go about it, is ramping up too quickly and then also taking too much time off. Okay. What happens is when you take too much time off, not only does, backtrack a little bit, usually when an injury occurs, it's due to muscle imbalances or weakness, okay, which is resulting in tightness and pain. And so what happens is when somebody takes time off or too much time off, then that muscle that was already weak and causing the issue in the first place just gets weaker. Not only that, but it turns into other problems as well, because the fact that you're not exercising or moving, it's going to also deteriorate the strength, and the durability of the other surrounding musculature. For example, if you have like a knee injury and it's due to weakness of the glutes, those glutes are just going to get weaker. Then not only that, but the quads and the hamstrings are going to get weaker too because you're not using it. If you don't use it, you lose it. And the research shows that after 7 to 8 days, there's also actually some research articles that state it's after just 4 days that we start losing muscle strength and muscle mass, after just 4 to 7 days. It's right around that time frame, and I see so many people going about the wrong way where they're taking months to rest, and then they try and jump right back into where they were before, and it comes right back, and it's a really frustrating and mentally draining process. And there's a better way to go about that. So main thing is you want to try and progress into exercise as soon as possible. Usually I tell people to take maybe 3 or 4 days. If there's some inflammation that's going on, take some time off, let things calm down a little bit, let that inflammation process decrease, and then start working your way back into exercise very lightly. Another thing too is you want to make modifications. And this is what we really specialize in, is helping people make modifications to different exercises that they're doing to make it tolerable. All right. So, for example, if somebody wants to get into doing push-ups pain-free, let's just use that example. Somebody wants to progress back into push-ups pain-free. We don't start just having them go back into the floor, on the floor and doing push-ups. What we want to do is, for example, we can have them go up to, like, use their couch and place their hands up on the couch. It's elevated, so it decreases the stress that's placed on the shoulders, and there's not as much weight being distributed through their shoulders and their upper body, and it allows them to maintain the muscle mass and work their way down to the floor to be able to do push-ups. Okay, that's just a very, very simple way to progress people back into the exercise that they want to be doing. You can apply that to a whole lot of different things. You can apply that to running. You can apply that to squatting without pain, or doing overhead exercises pain-free, biking or cycling pain-free. It's all on the same scale. It's just having that background knowledge to be able to make modifications. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, or the large majority of the time, when a patient comes in and they've taken at least a week off, most of the time people are taking like months off. And so after that first session, we map out what can they and can they not be doing. And majority of the time, we can get them back to exercising at about 90 to 95% a capacity of what they were doing before, just by making modifications. So, for example, if they're having pain with bench press, we don't usually have them get back to doing bench press, but a lot of times they can do push-ups pain-free, or they can be doing, by training the lower body, you actually get stronger core strength. It actually contributes up to upper body strength as well. So it's finding ways to allow people to continue to work out. Another way is a lot of times when people are dealing with a shoulder injury and they can't bench press or they can't do overhead press, they just stop working upper body altogether. But little they know, majority of people can do like rowing exercises or mid back strengthening pain free. Okay, and that's one of the keys to rehabbing a shoulder. Is making sure that we get the proper strength in the upper body, not letting it deteriorate. Okay, so that's an example of an upper body injury and how you can make modifications to that. But it's really just applied on a similar scale with running, with any exercise in general. Okay, so stay as active as possible. Main golden rule is let pain be your guide. If you're having pain with something, it's your body's signal telling you that this might not be a good idea to be doing. It's not a no pain, no gain type of situation, especially when dealing with an injury. Okay, so if you're having pain with an exercise, that's your body's telling you need to stop or you need to make a modification to it. Most of the time, there's a modification that you can make to allow you to continue doing some form of that exercise while you progress back to the normal form of the exercise that you're trying to be doing. Okay, so rest is okay to a certain point. We just don't want to overdo it. Main thing is if this doesn't, so main thing is let pain be your guide and make modifications to the exercises that you want to be doing to allow you to be as active as possible. Okay, too much rest is a bad thing. Okay, so those are the main things I wanted to hit on today. So hopefully that was helpful. Another thing too is a little caveat is if you're having a difficult time finding different activities that you can do or tolerate, or you are having trouble progressing back into running, or you're having difficulty progressing into whatever exercise you're trying to, find somebody, a practitioner, whether it's us, another physical therapist, chiropractor, your physician, acupuncture, massage therapy, somebody that has a track record of helping people just like you get back to the exercises that you're trying to get back to. Check out their Google reviews. Look up different practitioners and figure out what makes most sense to you, and finding somebody that has a track record for just helping people achieve goals that you're trying to achieve. Okay, main thing is if you have a practitioner, bottom line, if you go to a physician or a physical therapist or a chiropractor and let's say you tell them you have pain with running and they tell you, oh well, running's hard on the knees, which it's not. It's if you don't have built up tolerance for it, it can be bad for you, but it's a good form of exercise and everybody should have the capacity to do that. So a little tinge there, but if you have somebody that tells you, oh, if it hurts with running, just stop running. That's a terrible answer. And I hear from so many of our patients that they've been told by multiple people that, oh, well, if it's painful, just stop doing it. No, there's a way to progress back into those exercises. You just need to find somebody that can help you get there. When a practitioner tells you that you can't do something or you just need to stop doing that, that's their way. It's kind of a cop out, in my opinion, for themselves. It's their way of telling you that they're not sure on how to progress you back into that. There is a way, okay? And this is something that we help tons of people with as well. So that's my main spiel. So just to recap, let pain be your guide. Stay as active as possible. Don't rest too much. And then if all else fails, go get some help. Go have a professional look at it and somebody that has a track record for it. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, thanks.